Well, India responding there to the statement coming in from Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan. Now, a day after 3 alleged terrorists of the Jaish-e-Mohammed were killed in an encounter, the Indian Army said the entire leadership of the terror outfit has been eliminated from the Kashmir Valley. The Army has also appealed to mothers of Kashmiris to request their sons who've joined terror outfits to surrender and join the mainstream. Addressing the media, Lieutenant General Kavaljit Singh Dhillon issued a warning that anyone picking up the gun will be eliminated.
Through you, I would request all the mothers of Kashmir to please request their sons who have joined terrorism to surrender and get back to the mainstream. Anyone who has picked up gun in Kashmir will be eliminated unless he surrenders.
Well, the governor of Meghalaya, meanwhile, has sparked a controversy after the terror attack in Pulwama. Taking to Twitter, Tathagat Roy wrote, and I quote, an appeal from a retired colonel of the Indian Army. Don't visit Kashmir, don't go to Amarnath for the next 2 years, don't buy articles from Kashmir Emporia or Kashmiri tradesmen who come every winter. Boycott everything Kashmiri. I'm inclined to agree. End of quote. Former Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Omar Abdullah, hitting back and saying, and I quote, people like Tathagat want Kashmir but without Kashmiris. They'd sooner see us driven into the sea. He'll be best placed to know he cannot have one without the other. So what is it to be? End of quote. And this tweet of the governor of Meghalaya has met with widespread condemnation. But in a breather for the startup community, the government has eased the angel tax norm. The centre has released a series of measures aimed at making life easier for budding businesses. First and foremost, funding in startups by all investors will be exempt from the angel tax up to an aggregate limit of 25 crore rupees. Till now, the exemption cap stood at 10 crore rupees. The government has widened the definition of startups, and now an entity will be considered a startup for up to 10 years from the date of incorporation. This is against the existing period of 7 years. Also, an entity will be considered a startup if its turnover in any financial year has not exceeded 100 crore rupees. Currently, this cap stands at 25 crore rupees. Fourth, investments into eligible startups by listed companies with a net worth of 100 crore rupees shall be exempt from the angel tax beyond the limit of 25 crore rupees. Similarly, investments by non-resident Indians and alternate investment funds shall also be exempt beyond the limit of 25 crores. However, one concern remains unanswered. The government has not made any clarificatory announcement on the contentious issue of Section 68 of the Income Tax Act, which deals with unexplained fund receipts.
A startup shall be eligible for exemption under Section 56(2), that is Roman 7b of income tax if it is private limited company recognized by DPIT and not investing in any of the assets as per the notification. The assets are, that means they are not investing into this. Building or land or building or both, not being a residential house, loans and advances. Like you cannot take capital and put loans and advances. You cannot take capital and make land and building. That is not a startup because then it's a real estate business. So therefore, barring those, and capital contribution made to another entity. Startup shall file a duly signed declaration with the Ministry DPIT for availing exemption. Because this is something which will ensure that we have legitimate entities which will getting it. The declaration shall be transmitted by DPIT to CBDT, the Central Board of Direct Taxes.
Section 68 exemption per se is not possible given
it can't be possible because it affects all taxpayers, not just startup companies. It affects individuals, firms, other companies. It affects the largest companies of the country.
I think very, very clearly this notification and the actions taken and the effort taken is in the direction to enable startups and enable domestic monies getting into startups so that they can grow. And this to me is a big unleashing of the shackles that was that were being bound by Section 56. I think the angels were being angel tax has moved from being a demon tax to a little bit more angelic with this.
All this new notification is asking for is a mere simple self-declaration on behalf of the startups. And with the new age of definition of startups moving from 7 years to 10 years and 25 crore turnover to 100 crore turnover, I think many startups will start getting registered on that. I'm sure there will be 1 out of 10 maybe startups which are not aware of that, but I presume through the various arms of DIPP, Invest India and the various state governments, they'll be able to reach out to all the stakeholders.
Well, reactions coming into the breather on the angel tax front, but of course the CBDT circular is still awaited. But let me now update you on the cabinet meeting which has just concluded. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley and Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad are currently addressing the media. But let's quickly recap for the benefit of our viewers the decisions that have been taken by the cabinet today. The cabinet has approved the ordinance for triple talaq. It's also approved the ordinance for the amendment of the Indian Medical Council, the Companies Law Second Amendment, and an amendment related to unregulated deposits. The cabinet has also okayed building 1.95 crore households under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin. So these are rural households that we're talking about. The time period is 2022. The current target is to build 1 crore houses under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin by FY19. Also, good news coming in for government employees. 12% DA, that's been hiked from the current 9%. So this is likely to benefit government employees, and the cost to the exchequer is about 9,168 crores. As we had reported, there is also an approval that's been given to the National Electronic Policy. So that has been given an approval of the cabinet as well. The regional rapid transport system between Delhi and Ghaziabad and Meerut has also been given an approval, and the phase 2 of the Ahmedabad Metro's 2 corridors have also been approved at this point in time. So this is sum and substance of the decisions taken by the Union Cabinet. Let's listen in to Finance Minister Jaitley.
से 19-20 तक रिवाइज्ड फॉर्म में, जिसमें क्वांटम, क्वालिटी ऑफ प्रिपरेशन, चेक्स एंड बैलेंसेस के साथ इसको एक्सटेंड किया गया है। इसमें 34,000 करोड़ का टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर है। एक निर्णय सरकार ने आज लिया, डेवलपमेंट और वेलफेयर बोर्ड फॉर डीनोटिफाइड नोमैडिक एंड सेमी नोमैडिक कम्युनिटीज के लिए एक सेंट्रल बोर्ड गठित करने का। स्वदेशी दर्शन स्कीम जो एक इंटीग्रेटेड डेवलपमेंट टूरिस्ट सर्किट्स का है, जिसमें हिमालयन सर्किट, नॉर्थ ईस्ट सर्किट, कृष्णा सर्किट, बुद्धिस्ट सर्किट, कोस्टल सर्किट है और बाद में और भी ऐड किए गए हैं, उसको भी 19-20 तक एक्सटेंड किया जा रहा है और जिसमें ₹3,848 करोड़ ऑनगोइंग प्रोजेक्ट्स के ऊपर खर्चा किया जाएगा और 1,200 करोड़ उसके नए प्रोजेक्ट्स के ऊपर खर्चा किया जाएगा। जो दीनदयाल अंत्योदय योजना के तहत नेशनल रूरल लाइवलीहुड मिशन है, NRLM, उसका एक कंपोनेंट जो वर्ल्ड बैंक एडेड होगा, जिसमें सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट का भी कंट्रीब्यूशन होगा और वर्ल्ड बैंक उसमें $500 मिलियन देने वाला है, उस योजना को भी आज मंजूरी केंद्र सरकार इसमें दी गई। पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ मेडिकल एजुकेशन एंड रिसर्च चंडीगढ़, PGI चंडीगढ़, एक बहुत बड़ा नेशनल इंपॉर्टेंस का इंस्टीट्यूशन है और बहुत बड़ी टेरिटरी है नॉर्थ इंडिया की, नॉर्थ ऑफ दिल्ली, जिसको ये केटर करता है। तो इसकी साइज और कैपेसिटी एग्जॉस्ट हो रही थी, तो लगभग 180 करोड़ रुपए के खर्चे से 50.76 एकड़ विद एन FAR of 2 PGI को ट्रांसफर किया जा रहा है। टोटल एक्सपेंडिचर इसमें ₹180.71 करोड़ होगा ताकि PGI की कैपेसिटी ऑगमेंटेशन इससे बढ़ पाए। प्रधानमंत्री ग्रामीण आवास योजना, जिसमें 2022 तक ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में सभी आवास देने हैं, उसमें अगले फेज 2 जो 2019-20 से लेकर 21-22 तक है, उसमें 1.95 1,95,00,000 रूरल हाउसेस और बनाकर दिए जाएं, इसको एक मंजूरी दी गई है आज।
Well, that is Finance Minister Arun Jaitley there detailing some of the decisions cleared by the Cabinet, a whole host of them, but we've given you a recap of the key ones, which include the increase as far as the rural households are concerned by 2020 to 1.95 crores is what the government is now targeting. 1 crore was the target for FY19, and of course a bunch of other infrastructure projects being cleared, and the electronic policy, which is likely to provide certain exemptions and relaxations for people to set up electronic manufacturing facilities in India. That's been given the nod as well. Now, a few months after sealing the $16 billion deal with Walmart, Flipkart co-founder Sachin Bansal has invested 650 crore rupees in the ride-hailing app Ola. This is the largest investment by an individual into the company. Mugdha joins us now with the details. So, Mugdha, Sachin Bansal finally onboarding Ola officially.
Yes, you're right. Sachin Bansal has made a massive investment of rupees 650 crore in Ola, and this will be the largest investment by an individual in Ola till date. And remember, Sachin Bansal had walked away with nearly $1 billion last year when he sold his stake in Flipkart after it was bought over by Walmart. And, he's said to be looking at several investments and has also set up a separate holding company through which he wants to make investments. But even during his Flipkart days, Sachin Bansal has been an active investor. And, some of his notable investments were in electric vehicle startup Ather Energy and medical tech company Sigtuple. And Ola, on the other hand, has been steadily raising capital, ramping its valuation up to $6 billion. And it has itself been, making increasing acquisitions and investments such as Food Panda and Riddler in the public transportation space last year, and recently its investment in bike sharing app Vogo.
A controversy has erupted ahead of the GST Council's 33rd meeting tomorrow. Finance ministers of some opposition-ruled states have opposed the idea of a video conferencing for the meeting. They've written to Finance Minister Arun Jaitley seeking a physical meeting instead because they believe the items on the agenda, which deal with real estate and lottery, demand serious discussion and deliberation. Timsy Jaipuria joins us now with the details. Timsy, what's the rationale behind this demand?
Well, the GST Council is all set to meet for the 33rd time in New Delhi. This time the Council will meet via video conferencing under the chairmanship of Arun Jaitley to discuss rate rationalization for real estate and lottery. However, a slew of opposition-led states have expressed their concerns and have approached the Union Finance Minister seeking postponement of the Council meet, citing that the two issues upon the agenda cannot be discussed via VC and Council should consider a physical meeting to address the concerns at an appropriate date. States such as Punjab, Puducherry, West Bengal, Delhi, Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, etc. have approached Arun Jaitley seeking a physical meeting. Remember, GST Council on 10th of January had constituted a group of ministers to further deliberate on these two issues, and both GOMs have submitted their reports. The GOM on real estate has suggested to cut GST on under construction property from current 12% to 5% without ITC and bringing it down to 3% on affordable housing, again without ITC. The Council has also been suggested by the GOM to consider giving complete exemption to affordable housing of up to 30 square meters and, if possible, a combination of benefits to home buyers who are economically weaker. This could be done via considering a change in the definition of affordable housing is also one of these suggestions. Apart from this, the GOM on lottery has suggested to have a uniform tax rate on lottery run by states and private players. The GOM has proposed to keep a uniform rate of either 28% or 18%. Remember, currently state-run lotteries attract 12% of GST and lotteries run by private players authorized by states attract 28% of GST. Let's see what happens finally when the Council meets to discuss these sticky issues, as this meet of the Council is also considered to be one of the last meetings before the general elections, until and unless there is an urgent or a pressing issue like the one which opposition-led states have asked for, saying that it should be a physical meeting. So we'll keep you posted.
Only the GST Council meeting, what all the issues that is coming out in the lottery matter and also on the question of real estate issue. it can be resolved not through video conference. Therefore, I thought it fit, and also some of our colleagues, the Honorable Finance Ministers of various states, and we have written letter to the Honorable Finance Minister, the Chairman of the GST Council. I am waiting for his response from the Honorable Chairman of the GST Council.
Well, State FM's writing to Union Minister Arun Jaitley suggesting that there be a change in the schedule for the GST Council meeting, which is scheduled for tomorrow. They don't want it to be a video conference but a physical meeting. Moving on, in a bid to ease the debt burden, Anil Ambani's Reliance Power is likely to sell about 18 to 19% promoter stake in the company. Remember, Reliance Infra and its promoters currently hold 70%. Post the deal, they will hold 51% in the company. Potential suitors include Qatar Investment Authority, the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority, Blackstone, TPG and KKR. Well, there's also a twist in the JP Infratech debt resolution. The promoters of the company have made a last attempt to save it from going under insolvency. Banking sources tell us that JP Associates have made a settlement offer to financial creditors as well as home buyers. The company is saddled with a debt of nearly 10,000 crore rupees. The promoters are promising an upfront payment of 1,500 crore rupees, a debt asset swap to the tune of nearly 5,000 crore rupees, and operationally convertible debentures for 2,000 crore rupees. The question is, will this fly or not? Metals and mining major Vedanta has denied reports suggesting that Vedanta and JSW Steel are looking to make a joint bid for debt-laden SR Steel. In an exchange filing, Vedanta has called the news speculative and baseless. Remember, there were reports this morning that Vedanta and JSW Steel were in talks for a possible last-minute bid for SR Steel. Both stocks ended the day in the green, Vedanta saying not true. Well, disappointed but not shaken, that is the message from Walmart's global CEO Doug McMillon to the recent changes of the e-commerce FDI rules in India. Speaking after the company's earnings, which were released in the US a short while ago, the Walmart CEO has said the company hopes for, and I quote, a collaborative regulatory process for a level playing field. We'll get you more on Walmart's India strategy on India Business Hour at 9 p.m. But for now, with this edition of What's Hot, thanks very much for watching. Do stay tuned. Up next, the Nifty and the Sensex end the day over 0.25% lower, with the Nifty at 10,600 and the Sensex below 35,500. Markets Today Talkback takes the action forward. We'll be back in 30 on India Business Hour.